Good morning. Welcome to Patrick and the People. Rich and myself in the house today. What's up,
Yo,
buddy? How you
what's
doing,
up,
man?
I'm here.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah.
I think I've gotten like 8 hours of sleep total in the last maybe 4 days.
Oh,
or
yeah.
so, yeah.
You've just been busy, man.
Man, it has been, but
You know,
very
it's-
blessed and grateful for
Yeah,
it.
now when you're in demand, all of a sudden sleep takes a back seat.
You're not lying. You're not lying. What's up, Brad? How you doing? Everybody saying good morning. I'm pulling everything.
Yeah, good morning to everybody, man. Welcome to the show. It is Patrick and the People, if you don't know. And by the way, if you're not going over to patrickandthepeople.com, you might be missing out on some of the updates, some of the things going on. We post a lot of videos there, songs there. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. Merch is there if you wanted to get a PATP shirt or hat or things like that. We have that over there. We get all kinds of stuff. Just go to patrickandthepeople.com. I think we've got later today a great interview scheduled that will air tomorrow, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've got some more people from the blocks that contestants that I was on with. They have their own companies, and we're going to be interviewing them. And then yesterday I also booked an interview and a performance by, what is it? Sam from American Idol. Sam, I believe it's Sam Sparks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He was recently on American Idol. And,
Yeah.
real talented guy. And got connected up with him this week. And
That's awesome, man.
yeah. So he's going to come into the studio, and we're going to get a chance to interview him, talk to him about his experience there, and then he's going to do an acoustic song for us. So that's really cool to have an American Idol alum from Arkansas.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean that's
That'd be awesome.
You know, that's cool for him, and a good story to hear. He's got a very compelling story. He's overcome a lot, and really just a cool individual, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be great to have him in, and I am going to need. I think you're out Thursday, right?
Possibly. So I don't know if that's going to start this week or next week.
Okay, well.
But I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know in case I need to wrangle up somebody to come sit down in here.
Right.
You know,
Well, Bundy's been coming in on Thursdays. I was going to reach out and see if he was
Yeah, I
going to be
don't
for
think
sure
I think
coming
he's
in.
tied up this
Is
week.
he? Okay.
Yeah, he's got man his new division of the company is just gangbusters.
Man, that's awesome though. Go
No,
Bundy.
I mean,
go,
it's, I
man,
mean
for
everybody
real.
is experiencing the same
Yeah,
thing
dude.
at the
Yeah.
same time, you know?
We were just talking because I was
Yeah.
like, dude, if I like. Again, not that I'm not thankful and grateful for all the blessings that are
Right,
coming my
right,
way,
right.
and of course, thank you everybody for the support. But like, on the other hand, I'm kind of like, look, if I accept one more like booking through the week for something, I'm gonna have to make some career changes here
Yeah,
as far as
something's gonna happen.
guaranteed money.
Yeah, something's gonna happen, huh?
Oh yeah. But no, man, it's been good. You had mentioned it there, and I had mentioned it last night, and I'm getting all the details. But yeah, yesterday, Wise Guys reached out to me, and they said, hey. We've got a coaches interview show we do at the Ouachita Bar and Grill in Hot Springs.
Oh.
It's Thursdays, and we can't think of anybody else. Will you come and host it for us? And I was like, man, let me work some stuff out. But
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
No, that's great, man. I mean, that's exactly what you want, you know.
Right.
I mean,
right.
it's great to hear. You know, that's exciting.
So
everybody is really got a lot happening right
Man.
now, and it's just the coolest thing in the world, to be honest with you. Just watching it, all play out from here is the dopest.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm so excited for everybody.
I bet,
just
man.
yeah.
That's got to be a feeling for you to,
It's
because,
amazing.
not that, you're
No,
not anymore, but, like, you've been through this grind in your career already where you were making your name for yourself and everything, so.
Yeah, no, it's an amazing thing to watch someone, begin to get that traction, and you see their talent shine or their skill set shine.
Right.
And
Hey, Brandon was just in comments. He said Rich is famous now. I'm just going to say, good morning, Brandon. We were just talking
we were
about
just
your...
wondering where you were.
Yeah.
Welcome in.
Don't feel bad. At 6:29 and 30 seconds, we were running in here like, dude, the show's about to
It's
start.
time to start the show, right? So what else has been going on with you, man? I mean, it sounds like you got just a million.
I mean, yeah, we've got that going on, really. Let's see, this Saturday I'm going to be in Wrestling with Pride.
Okay.
So we've got that coming up, and then, of course, we've got the Wise Guys back. And, man, it's kind of the... I almost call it like the start of the roll, the calm before the storm,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Because once we get through June, like every outside, so the first weekend of June, June 4 or July, I mean, July 4th and 5th. July 5th, we will be having Ark and Brawl, and I
Oh, yeah?
don't know. We're still waiting for the official final word.
Oh, okay. So
but
you're not ready to announce anything yet.
Oh no, I mean I am.
Oh, you
yeah, I
are?
was just gonna.
Okay.
Yeah, so we went last Saturday and checked out and spoke with the Moose Lodge in Saline County,
Yeah.
and checked out the space, and it's exactly about the space we need. They gave us a great rate on renting it out. And it sounds like all systems are go. We're just basically waiting. They said the dates are available. We're just waiting to hear that, yes, the dates are available. You've got them.
Yeah.
And as long as that comes through, it'll be great. And kind of fun fact, it's a little return to our home roots for Vapors Championship Wrestling because, A, not only will this be a family show where kids can come,
Right.
but because it is at the Moose Lodge, there will be alcohol available to be
Oh,
purchased.
that's certainly delightful.
Come enjoy some independent
makes
wrestling, have a beer, and let us entertain your kids for a couple of hours.
That makes it even more exciting.
Right, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying, yeah, man.
No, I
Yeah.
think that as much as I love the Boys and Girls Club, I think ultimately for long term, this is a much more suitable environment that will be better for you guys.
I think so, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited
Well, look,
about
I
it.
mean,
It's-
let's
yeah.
be honest, Boys and Girls Club, they don't have booze.
yeah, no, they tend to.
and there's some other benefits of being where you're going to be too. So
Yeah.
I think it's gonna
Again,
be just great.
Not that the Boys and Girls Club was bad.
No,
it
no,
just
there's
didn't
nothing
really
wrong with
fit
it. Yeah,
what we were
just,
looking
just
for.
what long term. I mean, it was a great temporary fit, and certainly thankful and
Absolutely.
beautiful facility.
Absolutely.
But this location makes sense.
Yeah,
for you guys.
yeah.
and there's plenty of room, to put the ring in there and have seats all the way around.
For sure.
It's just a great spot.
Well, anyway, I could already tell, like, as far as difference and excitement from just buildings go,
Yeah.
because they had a pool tournament going on, and we had walked in, and I had my Vapor shirt on, and there must have been 5 or 6 people that were kind of, overhearing us talk and
Yeah.
looking and going, are y'all going to put on a wrestling match here? And we're like, yeah, we're thinking
that's
about
what
it.
we're
And they're
looking
like, let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know when it
Yeah,
is.
no, they were ready.
Yeah,
ready
they're.
to go.
Can you go set the ring up now?
Yeah,
Like,
you're right. No, they were ready to get after it. That's great, man. I mean, that's exactly the kind of reception you want.
Right, absolutely. So,
All right, let's get to some news you can use. Don't let me forget here in a minute that I want to play that audio.
okay.
So before I get to sports, somewhere hijack me and tell me I need to do
say you
that.
need
Hold
to-
on, just matter of fact, let me just hold on, pull this up real quick because I know that.
I was going to say, don't let me forget that I need to have a word with you about something that happened last week. So, on a show.
Oh, okay.
I just,
all right. Well, give me a minute. Let me see if I can.
Y'all definitely stick around for this. I loaded a little something
tell
in. I have
tell
some
them what we did
evidence.
last night.
What did we do last night?
Where did we go?
Just kidding.
Oh, okay. I was like, come on, man. I know it's not that bad, is it?
We were on Dad's After Dark last night,
Yeah,
man, with
man, it
Mikey
was
G and Outlaw. It was a great
It
time.
really was a good time, man.
It
We
was.
had a lot of fun on it, man.
Yeah.
It was a real fun opportunity to be there, and just thankful to those guys for having us on and being so welcoming because it really is a lot of fun to go on.
It
a
is,
show
man.
Like that,
It is. I was looking here because I know it was early on. Good morning, Latasha, Brad,
Tasha
Tactical.
Mac,
What's
T
up?
Mac in the house.
So I know I'd seen a comment here. I guess I don't know where it went. but
Okay.
Somebody had seen us on there and commented earlier this morning. Hey, great job on Dad's After Dark. So
Oh, did they?
it was-
Okay.
oh yeah, there was Little Doggy. He said
Oh,
great
okay.
showing last night on Dad's
Well,
After Dark.
we appreciate your support as always, Mike. Means the world. You know that. We really do appreciate it.
Let's see. Latasha says she's going to plan on dropping in either this week or next Monday, which is her birthday.
Okay, well, yeah, let us know. I mean, whatever. I'm sure we can work through whatever we need to make that a good birthday for everybody there.
We'll get it.
All right, let's get into some news you can use now. I've got my video set. So,
Now that we're all set up, can we do the show now?
yeah, we can go ahead and get started, I guess. Another Chinese researcher accused of smuggling biological material into the United States has been arrested the second time in days. The FBI said since September, Shengzuan Han sent 4 shipments from China containing concealed biological material to staff members over at the University of Michigan, where she planned on completing a project. So, they're bringing in one of them, a toxic fungus. I don't know what the other was. Oh, something related to roundworms and requires a government permit. You see, that's how pandemics start. They start bringing biological agents and worms and stuff over here that without permission. That's what's going to happen. This is a big breakthrough in diagnosing Parkinson's. Researchers out of UCLA invented a pen, like a writing pen, that can detect Parkinson's with high levels of accuracy. A study was just recently published. It looks close to a normal pen, but it's able to pick up on small dysfunctions, observing how people write before it can be noticed visually. So, they write and it's 96% accurate and low cost. What?
Not trying to make fun of it or anything, but Parkinson's is where you shake.
Well, yeah,
right?
but this is,
So you're telling me you invented a pen to go, oh, hey, you got Parkinson's.
It says it picks it up before you physically see the signs. But to your point, I see the somewhat of irony there. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Look at the paper and be like, hey, I think I got a problem.
Yeah, no, it looks like one of those heart things.
Yeah.
Florida wildlife officials are warning people not to approach the wild monkeys. In other news, people need to be warned not to approach wild monkeys.
Right.
The message was sent out after a Lake County family spotted a monkey on their farm. They'd never seen one on their property before it was caught on camera. And at first they thought it was a skinny cat. Cats don't move like that. Officials say wild monkeys are not native to Florida and can be a risk. So don't feed it and stay away from it. They're trying to get it in the house. They want to bring it in, make it a pet.
Of course. I mean,
this is a wild monkey, man. It might eat your face. I don't know. You got to be careful about these things.
Vorpal says monkeys bite.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, we've been talking about this for some time now, but new research is verifying that Tornado Alley is shifting to now include portions of Kentucky and other states to the east.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
Yeah, it comes as NOAA and the National Weather Service say more tornadoes are happening each year across areas including Missouri, Arkansas, and Kentucky than ever before. The term Tornado Alley began being used in the 50s. Now, when they say more than ever before, understand that last year, if I'm not mistaken, was a record low for our state in tornadoes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it may be higher this year, but last year was lower. Prince's estate. The Prince estate is hinting about plans for a reissue of a couple of albums. So, they'll probably throw a couple singles in there, polish it up a little bit, and then charge you a premium because Prince died and they want to stack up some more money. But hey, if you love Prince, and Prince is great, or was great, some genius in Millersburg, Pennsylvania, came up with a creative pothole reporting campaign. They've launched an electronic reporting form where residents can submit a hazard or pothole. They call it the Fill My Hole campaign with the slogan, all holes, no waiting. In a Facebook post, the town explained some holes may require a little more TLC, but rest assured, you'll be provided with a reason if we're unable to fill it ourselves. Methinks they might be playing on words there.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I'm not sure, but
I was gonna say, sounds like an ad for that one star that's trying to break the record or whatever.
Oh, for Bonnie Blue?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's special.
Sounds like her bio.
President Trump has sent over 2,000 National Guard troops to L.A., raising the federally ordered force on city streets as more than 4,100 continue to riot/protest for the fourth day. The Pentagon also deployed about 700 Marines that will shield federal buildings and immigration agents. Now, this brings me to this. Now, I don't care about the politics. I don't care who you support, who you like, any of that. But I was watching this news report yesterday, and when the guy said this, I had to stop and go, what? Hold on. Did I just hear him nonchalantly say it like that? So you probably are aware, if you hadn't seen the news, that there have been protests,
Right.
really riots, in Los Angeles. They started with protesting, but then
It turned into, it escalated,
right.
yeah.
So, but listen to this guy.
Sorry, go
Oh
ahead.
no, you're fine. What?
I was just because I saw a video yesterday where like there was a restaurant and they were like
Yeah.
flushing out the officers' eyes with milk and stuff and helping them out.
They're looting businesses. They're doing all this stuff. But when I see the news say this is why people, in my opinion, don't trust the media. Listen to this, and let's see if it comes through pretty good.
Large group of people, it could turn very volatile if you move law enforcement in there in the wrong way and turn what is just a bunch of people having fun watching cars burn into a massive confrontation.
I'm sorry. What?
Did he say?
Hold on. Let me. Yeah, I didn't hear it right.
Yeah, he did not just say
A
that.
bunch of people having fun watching cars burn in.
What the? Are you talking about a bunch of people having fun watching cars burn? Is that a pastime now?
Right?
That's something
Like-
the kids do on the weekend?
Yeah, hey man, let's go out.
Man, what do you want to stir them? They're just having fun watching cars burn. You know, that lady wanted to go to work tomorrow, and you lit her car on fire.
Right.
So she's not happy about it. I promise you, she's not having fun watching her car burn. She's
not-
making payments on that bitch.
Running out and joining in roasting s'mores on the cars,
They're
like
just having fun watching. Yeah, they're just having fun watching.
Yeah, it's
cars
no big
burn,
deal.
Stabbing people. I mean, we don't want to stir them up. I mean, it's just
let them have
plain
fun. Yeah.
I mean, what the are you talking about, man? What kind of
Dude.
is that? Not to me. That was so insane. To hear him nonchalantly say that.
They're having fun watching cars burn.
Yeah. What does
Like-
that? What? Because that's okay.
It
No,
is.
They're just having fun liberating some items from these closed stores.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like mostly peaceful, right? Mostly peaceful protests, yeah. No, other than the
That
cars.
is insane.
Yeah, other than the cars
That
on
is-
fire.
yeah,
It's
So,
peaceful.
hey.
Other than the looting, it's peaceful.
Friday night. This is what we do down
Yeah,
here.
no, man, that's.
Go to local car
And you
burn.
want to know why they're bringing out military people because they're just
having fun burning,
watching
yeah.
cars burn. Jesus, man.
It's okay.
And again, this is not a.
It starts to get wild when they start blowing the buildings up.
Right. No, that's when it goes past peaceful. It's when they blow a building.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then it got a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
rowdy,
yeah.
and
Yeah, they were a little. They get a little wild.
Yeah.
Right. Man,
This is the world we live in now,
it's like two different worlds.
dude.
Because that some people, as a matter of fact, I suspect most people don't watch a variety of news if they watch any or even read a variety of news. They pick whatever their team is, so to speak, and,
Right.
and they saddle up to that news. So you might be a Fox guy, you might be a CNN guy, but
Pause for a second.
okay.
Good morning, Jax.
Well, what up,
That's
Jax?
I just saw in comments it says his name. He just had his 7th birthday. over the weekend.
Right. Big 7.
Right, and Aunt Wendy got him a iPad Pro tablet. Thing is freaking huge.
Okay.
So apparently he's now figured out how to use it to join and watch the show. So good morning, Jax. How you doing, man?
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Anyways, sorry.
I'm so glad to be an influence.
Right. I just thought it was funny because I was like, that's my kid.
No, that's great. He's just having fun watching cars burn. He's just having a good time, buddy. No big deal, right? Yeah, man. It's
yeah. Oh, and Brandon said they have set buildings on fire too.
no, they've done all kinds of things. I mean, I'm not there, but I mean,
It's ridiculous, though, dude. There's
as soon as you stop marching and holding a sign up and you start lighting anything on fire, if you break into anything, if you start beating on people, if you start
Right.
fighting people, if you throw rocks
just a
at
good
the
time, man.
law enforcement, it transitions from a protest, you see, to a riot.
right.
A riot.
That's at least how it's supposed to work. But whatever happened to Twister, man? Didn't you just like playing Twister as a kid? That was a good time to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
ride bikes, play
Yeah.
Twister, go play baseball or something. I don't ever remember being
I'm
like,
gonna be honest, I just mainly spent time having fun watching cars burn.
Yeah.
That's
Did
what
you?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Up in Southwest, that's what we did.
Such a sheltered
We
life
just,
up
yeah.
there.
Health and Human Services Secretary RFK made a big change. He removed all 17 members of the CDC and Prevention Vaccine Advisory Group. I'll celebrate that. The vaccine advisory group that's been there, yeah, bye. Yeah, we'll see you later. Let's get somebody who's realistic about vaccines. That'd be great. Some officials are worried about the move, but we'll see. They said the new group might not know enough about vaccines. Well, the last group wasn't a winner for us. I don't know if you remember, we've had a few problems with the old vaccine. Matter of fact, I just saw I may have it in here to talk about later, a report that came out talking about some of the effects that are happening. Women who were pregnant and
Who are or were?
who were pregnant
Okay.
at the time they got the vaccine, their babies have been born with these fibrous clots in their bloodstream, and it's a big damn problem.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. All right. Let's see what we got here. A little bit more to go through. Mark Green, he heads the House Homeland Security Committee, said he'll be leaving Congress. Well, who cares? Bye.
You know, that's a good comment, Vorpal, and I did hear that too. They were
What's
talking
that?
about the protests, and a minute ago he said, Vorpal said he rejects the notion they're protesters. He believes they're paid provocators.
Yeah.
And I remember you and I were talking about that a couple days ago
it
because it wasn't there.
This was exposed actually, probably 2 or 3 years ago when the riots, the more recent riots were going on, and they found that people were being bussed in and paid for doing so.
Yeah.
And so, a lot of these people you find aren't even from the state they're end up in. But regardless, I appreciate that you want to make a statement. I don't think just having fun watching cars burn
is the way to do it. Yeah.
probably not. No, I mean, again,
Morning,
come on
Mark.
down to Little Rock and do it. That's what I'm saying. see if you light somebody's car. Light Bubba's car on fire. See what happens. I tell you what, you might not even get the lighter up there before that. Yeah.
What do you think? Go check out Ostrich Man. See if they can set his car on fire.
Yeah, definitely. No.
I was going to
No,
say, did I sidetrack you completely there?
No, I was looking at something. I was about to read it, and I decided, nah, I don't really care about it. I'm not going to give in to that. Okay, so here you go. 57. Nicole Dadone, she's 57. A Brooklyn jury found her, the founder of women's wellness firm One Taste, and former sales director Rachel Cherwitz, 44, guilty of federal forced labor charges. Prosecutors say the pair ran the orgasmic meditation company like a cult, grooming followers, many with past sexual trauma, into unpaid sex work and sex acts, even with investors, by using debt, withheld pay, and emotional pressure. You mean to tell me a company that promotes itself as an orgasmic meditation company was up to no good? I'm shocked by this. No, nobody saw a red flag there? Orgasmic meditation. No, that sounds legit. Can you help me with that? Oh, I sure can. We may have to manually stimulate you the first few times, you understand? But you'll get there with enough practice, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Here, help Bob get there, would you? He's also trying to meditate right now. He's going to close his eyes. Will you help him, reach that special meditative place?
Exactly, man. It works out.
Sure. I don't know Bob, but yeah, I'll help him.
Hey, man, you got to pay your dues.
Can you not do it with your hands, though? What do you mean? Never mind. Here we go. Here's some good news, kind of, I guess. Principal Jason Mutterer of Summit High School in Texas wrote 443 personalized letters for every graduating senior as a parting gesture. Now, it took him over 24 hours, meant to inspire students to spread kindness. And what did he do besides write a letter? He included a dollar bill in every one of them.
Whoa. That's
Bro,
a big spender, man.
Don't put the dollar bill in, bro. Next time,
Real.
don't put the dollar in, man. What do you want to do with that dollar? You can't buy a pack of gum for $1 anymore, bro.
Spreading
You're
kindness,
inspired.
man.
You're not. That's not kindness.
Change those students' lives, man.
Yeah, no, he did it. You just paid for how much college?
Yeah.
12 seconds. You can't even buy a Coke in the machine anymore for that, man. I'm gonna put $1 in each one. Look, I know educators aren't paid a lot, and man, not the dollar, man.
This is blowing my mind right now,
What?
but okay. Dude, my kiddo is in freaking comments and talking to people.
Yeah.
Like-
Okay. All right. Well, that's your kid.
Too damn smart.
No, that's one way to put it. Yeah. Dad gave him, or Aunt Wendy gave him a giant pad with internet connection. Yeah, you wonder what he's doing when you're not looking. What other sites has he found? He found his way to PATP pretty easily, didn't he? You might want to check that search history, man. They start young now, bro. They start young. When no one attended indie author Caitlin Brooks' book signing in New York, she shared the disappointing moment on social media where it went viral. The unexpected response led to a surge in book sales and a wave of encouragement. She used it not only to thank her supporters, but to uplift other authors and promote the shop that hosted her event. Well, that's cool.
That's a sweet story.
It's nice. Drowning Pool is going to release, the guitarist C.J. Pierce said they're going to mark the 25th birthday of their debut album, Sinner, with a reissue of it in 2026. He explained the group dug through storage, found old tapes, home videos, posters, unfinished songs with late singer Dave Williams. The package expected to include cleaned up demo tracks, early versions of Bodies, Tearaway, Beatles cover of Day Tripper, a lot of unseen footage. So if you really like Drowning Pool, and you want to hear versions of Bodies that weren't good enough to be released, then this is the album for you.
Right.
The Bad Wolves vocalist, Laskowitz, Daniel, D.L. Laskowitz, picked up a new side gig. He is Falling in Reverse asked him to play bass on their current run of live shows. Yeah. He jumped in on their Rock'em Ring and Rock'em Park Festival, something like that.
Robots.
Yeah, his switch comes right after a big lineup shakeup in Bad Wolves. Longtime guitarist Doc Coyle and bassist Kyle Kunkel both quit and were soon replaced by Chris Kane and Kevin Creekman. The story doesn't say if DL will leave Bad Wolves, only that he's helping Falling in Reverse on stage for now. Okay. Sounds like a smooth exit.
All right.
Sydney Sweeney apparently put on over 30 pounds to play boxing legend Christy Martin in a new W Magazine cover story. She revealed, "My body was completely different after months of intense prep." She said she trained up to 4 hours a day and gained over 30 pounds, muscle pounds, not fat pounds. Man, that's a lot.
Right.
To put on, man. Hopefully, I'm sure she'll be able to take it off easily now that we have Ozempic. I mean, it's like, just flip the switch. We'll lose it now. Waymo has suspended service in L.A. Why? Well, you may not have heard, but autonomous taxi service Waymo forced to suspend service after people used the app to order the car and set it on fire when it showed up.
Well, they're just having a good time, man.
Just having a good time watching
This is a new thing, apparently. I missed the memo on.
5 of their self-driving cars were set on fire because they ordered them over to where they were and then lit them on fire.
See, in the old days,
yeah,
when we wanted to have a nice, get-together and a fire or something, you'd go to the store or, the backwoods place and grab a bunch of wood and make a fire.
You'd have a bonfire.
Right, a bonfire.
Yeah, you get around, maybe drink, smoke, play music.
Right. We're in, whatever century it is now, the 20 millionth, whatever.
Now we use cars.
You just order, instead of having to go to the store, you just order your burning material and it gets delivered to your house.
I would also love to point out, as I often do, that the hypocrisy of a lot of people, which is that I would almost be willing to bet, based on the fact it's California,
right,
that a lot of these people are really environmentally conscious.
Yeah, exactly.
You do understand setting cars on fire might be negative on the environment. I mean, you do understand, right, that could be bad if you light cars on fire. Just the tires, the gasoline in them, I don't know, the batteries that never go out on the electric.
That stuff doesn't create holes in the ozone, man. Not when you're just burning it for fun.
No, I mean, it's just good times, man. I mean, it's just good, clean fun. I mean, I don't know what everybody's tripping about anyway. Here's a helpful tip for all you job seekers. Being late for a job interview isn't a valid excuse if you're busted driving 132 miles an hour. In Cromwell, Connecticut, state police clocked Asmir Jerkovich driving a Mercedes E300 at 132 miles an hour at 9 a.m. Wednesday morning. After what the officer calls a pursuit, Jerkovich eventually pulled over and said his speeding was so he could get to the interview. He was late. Probably didn't get the job.
Yeah.
A DoorDasher in Vancouver has been arrested after maybe he went a little overboard to get a tip. Anthony Volio said his daughter ordered around $100 in groceries through the app. The 59-year-old delivery driver, Robert Delahan, wasn't all that thrilled with his tip. So he showed up the next morning at the house because he didn't receive a cash tip as noted in the order. And then he pulled a gun so he could get his tip. He ended up getting arrested. And now he's going to get a lot of tips.
Right. That was yeah. Yeah, good job, Patrick. Good
Yeah,
job.
you know what I'm saying. 2 miniature Highland cows tied the knot at utterly.
Did you just say 2 cows got married?
Yeah. I'm not sure why, how it happened, but 2 cows were married, sir.
That's enough internet for me today.
That doesn't. I mean, it's.
That's just between burning cars for fun and cows getting married. I'm done.
Yeah.
Have a go, man.
Yeah. What are their names? Burger and Patty. Founded in New York in the 80s as an inside joke, the Dull Men's Club now unites about 2 million Facebook followers who proudly trade stories about humdrum hobbies. Grover Click, who started it, he's 85, says posts have to stay resolutely boring, no bitmojis or exclamation points. They boast merchandise, a calendar, and awards such as Anorak of the Year, whatever that is.
Dull Men's Club?
Dull, D-U-L-L.
Right.
Yeah, like boring as hell.
Right.
NOAA,
1.8
the National
million?
Weather Service, warned that an armed conspiracy group called Veterans on Patrol may try to damage Doppler radar stations. Emails say the group wants to run practice break-ins at sites to find weak spots and later destroy the gear. These are NextRed sites, Next Generation Weather Radar. They probably think it's putting out some 5G and giving them cancer. You know, just put on your hat, your special magical aluminum foil hat. It'll all stop it. Brandon said he was thinking 2 big girls got married. Brandon. Someone needs to rent John Wick for this cop. A federal jury in New Orleans hearing a civil case against Officer Derek Burmaster, who shot and killed a puppy during a domestic disturbance call. Said the dog didn't even. Why? That's man. Sounds like he was just being an a-hole.
Yeah?
Yeah, there was no.
Like the dog wasn't trying to attack him or anything?
The dog wasn't attacking. They have the camera footage. I don't know what the hell's going on there.
Right.
That's terrible, man.
Let's
Talk sports for a minute. College football programs will benefit from gamers playing their favorite teams this year when EA Sports, it's in the game, releases College Football 26. Call it pay for play. EA Sports has tabulated a way for universities to benefit financially from how many people play under the name of their favorite school. So all 136 FBS schools have opted into the game this year. That makes them eligible to get paid under the new royalty structure. A percentage will be paid to a school based on the games played for that institution as a percentage of all the games. So, you know, whoever has the highest percentage of games being played with their team gets the most money. So that's interesting.
That is.
Yeah, lots of money going into the college athletes these days.
Right.
I'm fine with it, actually. A lot of people say it changes the purity of the sport, but look, man, only for the players. Everybody else was impure as it was. So, you know, I like the thought that somebody who may not make it to the next level or maybe
gets recognized for
can
it,
have money and success if they earn it. So
right.
I think that is great.
I don't have a problem with it, and honestly, like that's why I've always loved college sports more than professional sports, because I kind of feel, I feel like college sports and college football is where you're going to see the crazy catches and the crazy plays happen.
Well, you have more disparity amongst the players, so yeah, you're definitely going to see that.
Well, and I just feel like, once they make it to the NFL or whatever, it becomes, obviously, rightfully so, but it becomes more of a career.
Well,
and then you become more safer because you don't want to, destroy your leg in your first year and ruin your NFL career.
Yeah, I think that that they're going to get paid well now.
Yeah,
I
either way.
don't know what will or won't change, but they are going to get a lot more money, and so expect some of them to do dumber things.
Yeah, why not?
More money means more dumb things at times.
I'm for it.
No, it's entertaining.
Maybe for the new halftime show, like we can just get rid of musical artists. We'll just bring, a couple of cars out on the field.
Hey, that's a good
set them
fun.
ablaze,
Just
man.
light them on fire and let everybody have fun watching it.
Man,
That'd be
sounds good to
awesome,
me.
man. Yeah, let's
set up the concessions around. Everybody can use it as a grill.
Maybe what you could do is enter your car in the contest, and if you're lucky, they'll pick yours to light on fire in the Super Bowl.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Or in
That'd
the
be a
college
great
game,
one. Right.
whatever it is. That'd be
a great new way to sell cars, man.
Let me get your car chosen to be
right.
Man, that's
entered
beautiful.
Yeah. Win $50,000 and be at the Super Bowl.
Have fun. Here's my car. Light it on fire. Apparently, the Florida Panthers are up 2-1 in the Stanley Cup now, so that's important to know.
What's up, Mikey G?
We're tied 1-1. The Oklahoma came back and beat the hell out of Indiana, as I expected it would happen in Game 2. Now they're going back to Indiana. Indiana really needs to get Game 3, otherwise. I think that Oklahoma will finish them off. So I think this Game 3 for Indiana is critical for them to win. If they don't get it, they don't win, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Now, stranger things have happened. I just don't think that it will. And then the PGA Tour's third major of the season tees off Thursday. The front runners to win the U.S. Open, Scotty Scheffler, Bryson DeChambeau, John Rahm, Rory McIlroy, and the top 5 rounds out with Xander Schauffele. And I'm probably saying that name absolutely wrong.
Right.
All right, let's hit a couple commercials here. We need to pay a bill or two or do something like that. Let's try again. If you're looking for a vehicle, you know where to go. Fitz Auto is the place to go. Now, you can go online at fitzauto.com, or you can go in person, 8421 Stagecoach Road in Little Rock. What makes them different? What makes them special? Well, they work with you regardless of your credit history because they're their own bank. They don't have to ask anybody else. It's up to them who they work with. And they have late model, low mileage vehicles. They're going to save you money. They're going to put you in something you can be proud of. And it doesn't matter. Sports car, truck, SUV, boat, RV, camper, amphibious units. They've got motorcycles. Anything you could possibly want on wheels and an engine, they've got it there for you. Check them out, fitzauto.com. Start there, in there. It's where you're going to go because it's the best deal. David Lindsay has been a guest many times on this show. You met him, you know him, he's a great guy. He's also the customer service manager at Cabot Mechanical HVAC. They've got over 20 years experience, and I'm going to tell you what, David saved my butt. Somebody came in and said we needed a whole new system. I freaked out. I said, let me get a second opinion. David came in and said, no, we can fix this for $200. And you know what? Since then, he's been my guy. He's the most reasonable, honest HVAC tech I've ever met in my life. He's just good people. Give him a call, 944-5776, 944-5776. These guys at Cabot Mechanical will treat you like family, and you're going to be keeping them around like family because it's the best value you can get. And in Arkansas, you don't want to be without your air conditioning. Give David a call over at Cabot Mechanical HVAC, baby.
The big game is on tonight. I got it in some parlays. The 75-inch is shining bright. Got a blizzy in the ashtray. Getting snacks, about to finish. I hear him start the anthem. Gotta hurry, I can't miss this. But then here comes my tantrum. Who the fuck ate my Doritos? Just day before I got the big bag. Nothing here but Tostitos. We got ourselves a real scumbag. I don't know if it was my wife or my daughter or my son. How can this even be my life? What the hell have I done? Well, I don't give a damn who done it. They're gonna catch a fresh one. Somebody better haul ass and run it and go give me a new one. Who the fuck ate my Doritos? Just day before I got the big bag. Nothing here but Tostitos. We got ourselves a real scumbag. Not a damn person in the place. By God, it's only me. Just wanna put the smack on one face. But who knows, maybe three. I'll have to go toasted O's and ranch. Game's already started. I swear to God I'll never answer when they ask who farted. Oh, who the fuck ate my Doritos? Just day before I got the big bag. Nothing here but Tostitos. We got ourselves a real scumbag.
Oh yeah, here we are. It is what is it, Tuesday?
Is it? It's a day that ends in Y.
Yeah, it's Tuesday, baby.
It's Tuesday. We've made it this far.
Man,
I'm so tired.
Are you?
I'm just.
Man, well, you've been running and gunning.
I
bro.
know. I'm ready for a nap.
I pulled this in this
Hey,
morning.
hang on one second.
Yeah,
All right,
what's
because
up?
I mentioned this earlier, and I need some clarification, man. And I kind of have an issue.
Oh,
And I want to talk to you, and I want to get the listeners' views on this too.
okay.
So, and by the way, everybody's talking about the Dorito song, man. They love
Oh,
it. So.
are they?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
that's great, man. I'm glad you.
Little doggy said cheating on the pickle chips because Latasha said she's sorry. She just couldn't control herself. She had to
That's-
take the Doritos. So,
No, that's great.
you know, one of the things that I do on the side for those that don't know, and I know you know, but just to kind of set it up here is all the clips that you see posted after the show on TikTok and all that, I kind of go
Yeah.
through and edit those and put them together and post
exactly
them.
right. Man, he's the curator of our video
Right.
on social media.
And so I was going through video the other day from last week, and just kind of looking for clips and stuff, and I caught something that caught my eye.
Oh.
And it was last week. It was you, myself, Amanda was here, and we were having some issues with the monitor, as you told
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
I called it a TV, and well, we'll hear.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, apparently we got the comments back on the TV today. So good job, Brandon.
We call it a monitor, man.
Oh, okay.
Folks in the business call it a
Right.
monitor.
Industry term.
Get your lingo right.
Yeah, here, let's go.
Yeah.
Where's the camera? There we go. Oh, wait. Which one is
Yeah,
it? That one there?
yeah, that's-
Okay.
yeah.
Got to switch between these.
Okay.
Man. So I was like, okay, you got me. You called me. Hey, man, it's a
I
monitor.
gotta
Okay.
let you know the industry terminology.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all.
exactly.
That's fine.
And I appreciate that,
Yeah.
man. I want to.
Just looking out for you.
So explain to me this.
Okay.
Governor Hot Wheels, it's his fault.
Yeah, it's surging on my computer too. I don't know why.
Is it?
Yeah, I just had it blink as well. So
Weird.
At the same time as the TV, so could be something going on there. Don't know.
Is
Don't know.
Mercury retrograde?
But
I'm sorry. It was surging on your computer. It was blinking on the what, Patrick?
Well, I might not have been referring to the monitor as the TV. There might be another TV in this room.
Except there's not. You looked directly at it. I thought it was a monitor, Patrick. The industry term is a monitor.
That is correct.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Yeah. I just wanted to say, I pay attention.
I know I got caught trolling.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
I just got caught. No, it's a beautiful moment. I'm glad that you caught that.
I just had to point it out. I was
No,
like,
that's-
oh, it's a TV now when Patrick says it. Okay.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic, man. That's a good clip. That's yeah. You should. Yeah, that's great. You're a good researcher, man. Good investigator, right there. Let's see. What else? Let's see what everybody's saying.
Yeah, let's see.
Anything going on good here?
They said little doggy. He was laughing. Tactical said, "Oh snap!" Brandon said, "Why are you bringing up old shit?" Yeah, well, hey man, I gotta point it out where I can.
Right.
Now everybody just having a good morning and saying, "Oh, what is going on here?"
What do you mean? Oh, wow.
Dude,
Man, it looks like comments are really good.
I can't do anything. Here we go. Wait.
I think your
Okay.
your arrow button got stuck there. What'd you spill on your laptop?
Nothing, man. I don't know. That was weird.
Okay.
That was
All right,
crazy.
yeah.
All right. Anyways, good morning, everybody.
All right.
Yeah.
Latasha said, Andy, I feel sports players shouldn't be paid millions when our soldiers barely can survive on the money they make, putting their lives on the line. They lose limbs, still can't make millions of dollars. I mean, that's a really interesting argument. It's a tough one to make in a way, but I do get that argument. I mean, I think really what the point is why do we not prioritize those who sacrifice for us? However, those guys aren't bringing people to the TV, to watch the game. And that's ultimately, that's the answer to that question is, everybody tunes in to whatever channel to watch this game, and that generates millions of dollars, and that millions of dollars is used to play. Now, if we could just get sponsors for the troops,
Right.
and then put cameras on them, and then we could get them like NIL deals too.
Right.
On top of it, like, oh, I really like this sergeant right here. Let's send him some extra money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get companies to sponsor them and stuff like that. You see, that's what we need to do. Is just to make them all, make them all
24-hour, military channel.
Just make them all celebrities.
Why not?
And then they can get money. You know what I mean? But no, it's a
This
good point.
war brought to you by Tide.
That's right. Tide, when you want to clean up the problems from war in your clothing, Tide is the way to go. No, I think that it's like teachers. They're underpaid. We all know that in most cases.
Right.
There are some who are well overpaid, but in most cases they're underpaid. It's tough. It is tough.
It is, and I absolutely agree. In a perfect world, those that are putting
Yes.
their lives on the line for our freedom
Social
should
workers would be up there. Soldiers would be up there. Firefighters, police,
Right, absolutely.
any first responder, EMT, probably all deserve more than they make.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, here's something that Vorpal said that makes a good point, too. A professional athlete has a short life, so they have to make as much as possible, a short lifespan in that career. They have to make as much as possible in that short window of time. And that is true because sometimes, you'll see guys who they come in and they might be in a league for a few years, but they never really make giant money,
Right.
And it's all gone in no time sometimes. Or they'll come in and they'll get a great contract and they and their friends and their family blow through it.
Right.
And then all of a sudden their skill set goes down or they get injured and that money starts to dry up. And that is a problem. It used to be that I think the statistic was 80% of people in the NFL after 5 years of leaving were bankrupt.
Yeah. Wow.
Which is a crazy number. Now they've put a lot of measures in place to try to prevent this from happening. So now, and I hope they started in college, but certainly in the pros, they have people who are financial advisors that from the very beginning, who sit down with you and start talking to these people about what you need to do with your money. How to invest it, what would be smart. Probably don't want your cousin in charge of your bank account, because it happens a lot, man. Families will.
Oh yeah, man.
They will spend people's money quickly.
For sure.
That's why, if you've ever seen that show, The Lottery Ruined My Life.
Right.
And a lot of people say that, their friends and family, it ruined them because, everybody wanted money then.
Yep.
And a lot of times they'll start giving them the money. And the next thing you know, they don't have any left.
Oh, you're right.
And hey, man, I'm sorry. I mean, I'll help you as much as I can, but I'm not going to, go broke doing it.
I mean, you're absolutely right, man. But that's good that they're
Tactical Turkey said soldiers don't have a short life. They could be killed at any time, not just pull a hammy.
Again, it all boils down to what you said, though. It's
Yeah.
commercials, man.
It is. It's money. It's revenue. Now, in fairness, war does generate probably more revenue than ESPN does. But that revenue doesn't circle back to the troops. That's in defense contracts and whatnot.
Right. Are you all right over there, Latasha?
What's going on?
I don't know.
Oh, I see. She just she started putting some random letters. She got mad. She's mad. All right, let me. I did want to talk about this story because I think this is really interesting, and I'm really curious what your take might be on this, because there have been a lot of government conspiracies and whatnot that have been exposed over time.
Right.
This is wild, though. The All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office that was created by the United States Department of Defense in 2022 to investigate all the UFO sightings and conspiracy theories with access to classified government documents and top personnel. So in 2024, they produced an in-depth report about the phenomenon, showing that many of the most disseminated UFO theories, including the one about aliens being kept at Area 51 in Nevada, were actually fueled by our own government.
Oh.
This was done, according to the report, to provide cover for secret weapons programs. The report was initially reviewed by the Wall Street Journal. It's making the rounds now. An incident report reported by the AARO tells how in the 1980s, an Air Force colonel visited a Nevada bar near the infamous Area 51 and gave the owner fabricated photos of flying saucers near the government base. That renewed local fervor, with the now retired colonel confessing to Pentagon investigators he was on an official mission to put that out there and hide the true purpose of the site, where the government was testing the first ever stealth warplane, the F-117 Nighthawk.
Oh.
So the best way to keep the new technology hidden from the Soviet Union spies, the military thought, was bury it in countless conspiracy theories surrounding Area 51 so that they wouldn't pay attention to it. And they said for decades, they hazed members with briefings, introducing them to a bogus Yankee Blue unit supposed to be investigating alien aircraft. The briefings came with a direct order never to mention the details to anyone, with many of the targets of the hoax never learning it was a ruse. Now, again, I don't know. I mean, this is one report that's come out, but, I mean, it's a pretty big report. So what do you think?
I mean, our government, saying, hey, look over here while we do this. That's never happened before, man. I can't believe this is breaking news. Man.
Well, so here's my question. This is the first thing I thought. I don't know if anybody else, as I shared it, thought the same thing. I thought, okay, so was that the lie or is this the lie?
Right. That's a good point.
Well, we need to tell you the government's been perpetrating these hoaxes to cover up weapon programs.
I mean,
so there's really no alien stuff.
Was it really a lie, though? What does UFO stand for?
Unidentified flying object. No.
So if they're working on a plane that's been unidentified that nobody else knows.
Technically, it's not. And I've often suspected that most things people see that have unusual movement from a physics standpoint probably are, I
would agree with that.
Weapon,
yeah.
Some type of
something new
or
that
drone.
they were like, oh, we didn't think anybody would be awake at
all right.
3:32 in the morning.
Think about this for a minute. So drones have been around a lot longer than just the hobby market.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Oh, for sure.
By the time you have access to this technology, the government's done everything with it wanted to.
Right.
Know that. That's
Oh, for
facts.
sure.
That's
For
facts.
sure.
That's facts. So
Look, remember just a few years ago when we thought it was amazing that they could fire off a missile from the U.S. and hit, your cup of coffee
Yeah.
through your kitchen window in another country?
yeah,
That was a drone.
yeah.
That was a drone
Well,
attack.
and
Yeah.
so for that, here, I'm going to pull your mic down. It's a little bit
It
high.
is. It is.
Here, I'm going to make an adjustment here. Hold on one second. We'll make an adjustment here.
trying to back
All
up,
right.
but
No.
find that sweet
It's
spot, but-
see about that. Is that better?
I think that's good. Yeah,
see
that
if that's
sounds
good
good.
feedback there. Okay. So anyway, if long before we were really aware of what drones could potentially do,
Right.
let's say 15 years ago, if you'd seen drones running around up in the sky,
Oh, you would have been
you
flipping
might have
out.
thought, oh my God,
We're under
that's
attack or something.
That's a UFO.
Right.
But now you see all these random drones doing all kinds of things. Now you got flying car drones.
Yeah.
You've got autonomous taxi drones. You've got just regular
Amazon
drones,
dropping off
delivery
packages.
drones. Yeah, you've got all kinds of things in the sky more than ever. And if you think they hadn't been testing these out, of course they have been.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, Tactical Turkey said he's an announcer. Of course he's louder. Yeah, I'm Angry Patrick, bitch. Settle down. Just having a little fun with you, man. Just having a little fun.
No, absolutely.
But
that
I,
was a
thi-
good
I
one.
think,
I was like,
but on the other hand, this could be a complete lie by the government to hide the fact that they know there's
aliens
actual
there.
UFO stuff going on, and they need to reverse course here. Ah, no, there's nothing to see. We were just tricking you the whole
I
time.
mean, look.
Which do you think's more likely?
Okay, if there's nothing to see, then when can we all start booking our tickets to go check out Area 51? Because that would be a huge vacation destination.
Well, it would be a great destination, but I'm sure they're still doing things there that they don't want you to see.
Oh, well, see. Then
I mean, there are
that's-
things
there you
still,
go
the
right there.
government still has things you don't need to see. You're just Rich, the announcer, not Rich, the president, or Rich, the general. You know?
Why not?
Well, yeah, I mean, you can maybe you could identify as a general.
Right.
I'm just a general who enjoys watching cars burn.
Exactly.
and I want to go to Area 51.
I got my.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, come
Nothing
on
at
now.
all. I think
It's
that's
2025 we're living in.
For God's sake, you don't see that I'm a general? Look at me.
For real.
My pronoun is general. Oh, that's stupid. Okay. Yeah, no, but I thought that was interesting. The report.
It is.
Because it makes me just wonder which is true. Which is it that's true?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's Area 51. Obviously, there's something there going on that they don't want us to see.
Yeah.
And we're not going to see it until they want us to see it. Like, simple as that.
No, it's that's facts.
I understand what you're saying with, was that the lie or is this the lie? But again, like I said, to me, I look at it and go, okay,
Yeah.
we've always thought there's UFOs there. And you said, hey, there's a UFO there.
Right.
It may not be an alien UFO,
Yeah.
but it's an unidentified flying object.
No, it is that. It is that. But a lot of people don't realize because, it was just in recent years that I started looking into some of the history of things that the government perpetrated on people that we're aware of.
Right.
And if you look back in I think it was in maybe the 60s or 50s, 60s, I think, they were literally dropping chemicals over cities just to see what the effect would be on people.
Yeah.
Think about that. They were
crazy.
dropping chemicals on people just to see what would happen. Just to
I
see.
mean,
So
it's you're not going to hear from me that you're wrong. You're absolutely right. It's absolutely ridiculous. But for anybody, and I've said this many times before about other things,
yeah,
if you're a person and you think that anybody in the government actually it cares about the average Joe like
About
you or
you?
me, about
Yeah.
you, you've already lost.
no,
Like,
they read the letter you sent and
Right.
they were moved by it, and they're thinking solely of you when they make decisions.
right?
That's-
No, absolutely not.
No, you're
Of course they're gonna hide stuff from us. Of
Yeah.
course they've been doing it. Of course they've been doing.
yeah.
That's why we have the conspiracy theories, and most of them have
Some
some
validity.
tint of truth to them
Yeah.
somewhere.
But
Like,
don't start in on that flat Earth shit.
No.
I watched.
No, there are absolutely
By
those
the
ones
way-
that are stupid and comical.
Okay,
but
Speaking
But you're
of
talking about secret weapons and, trying, biochemical warfare and everything. I mean, that's, it doesn't shock. It sucks. Do I think it should happen? Absolutely not. But am I surprised that it's happening? No.
Speaking of aliens, shocking and stupid.
Okay.
I got so excited. I like to, when Laura's doing a project or whatever, she's talking on the phone or she's doing something, I may watch a movie for a little bit, and check them out. Sometimes I'll watch a movie for 15, 20 minutes to see if I'm really interested in it.
Right.
And then I may have to come back and finish it. But so I stumbled across, I had actually a couple hours. And I was like, well, I can watch a whole movie. I'm going to go watch some sci-fi shit because Laura doesn't love the sci-fi, right?
Okay.
So anytime I get 2 hours, I'm like, well, let me go check out some sci-fi, And I stumbled across a movie, and it was a movie directed by a guy named Roland Emmerich. Now, if you don't know him, he did a lot of famous movies, but like The Day After Tomorrow would be one. I think maybe Armageddon. Actually.
Oh, okay.
So he's a great director. He makes good big time disaster porn movies. That's what I call it. When the world's could potentially die, I call it disaster porn. And so I saw one. It was called Moonfall.
Okay.
And I read it, the description, and I was like, man, this sounds interesting to me.
All right.
It's not about a climate issue. So they're not going to pin it on that because that's what everything's pinned to. In these days,
Right, yeah, it's 2012, and the day after
that's
tomorrow,
all.
and there's always some big
But
weather.
this one's not, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. So something about the moon that it gets out of the proper orbit and starts careening kind of slowly towards the Earth, right? Are you with me?
Yeah, sorry.
No,
Some message just popped up on our group, and I don't know what it is.
Okay, well, you need to take a look real quick.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead. Man.
No, I mean, it's fine. Anyway, so in this movie, the premise is something's happened. The moon's got off its orbital path, and it's slowly drifting towards the Earth, which, as you can imagine, would cause havoc.
Right.
I mean, you're talking about...
Yeah, it's going to affect the poles.
You're going to have earthquake. You're going to have all that stuff. That
happen in Bruce Almighty?
Maybe I don't know. But, when he lassoed.
Yeah, he lassoed the moon for her,
That's it. My tiny nipples go to France. So I thought, man, this is going to be an awesome movie, and it was until it wasn't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The whole premise, and this movie's a good 4 years old now, so there's no spoiler alert here.
Okay.
It's not a moon. It's hollow. It's an alien space station.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, really? Really? This is what you roped me into? The moon is hollow and it's holding aliens
Right.
that have never revealed themselves or anything else. They've just been up there. We never noticed it.
Right.
The whole time.
Didn't they didn't get upset when we stuck a flag in their roof?
No, I guess they weren't there then. They came later.
Well, remember that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They were out of the building.
Well, the Transformers were there, remember? That made more sense than Moonfall. Please don't spend the 2 hours watching that. I was like, man, I can't believe this. And it had a great cast, too. I mean, it was a really good cast. I mean, really good people in it.
Like well-known, you mean, or
Yes.
just acted well?
No, it was well-known actors.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So like this wasn't like a B, indie cult classic.
This wasn't
or
your
anything.
typical schlockery that you might find on Tubi.
Right.
Tubi sometimes has some really,
cheesy. Yeah.
Man, some of the graphics are so bad. But this has Halle Berry.
Oh, wow.
It had Patrick Wilson. He plays in all the. He plays Ed and Lorraine Warren. Ed Warren in all those movies like The Conjuring.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so he's well known for that.
Right.
But it had a whole bunch of other, high level actors of great skill set.
Yeah, that's a pretty good
Yeah, I mean, it was
cast.
a very good cast. And a great director. So I was like, man, this is going to be so much fun. And I watched it. I watched it the last half. I was like, I can't give up now, but I hate you. I hate you for making me stay here and watch this. I hate you for pulling this premise on me.
I've invested this much. I gotta finish.
I have to finish it. And it was as preposterous as it could possibly be. It was absolutely Listen, this guy, man. Dude,
That's happened to me a few times, but I can't.
This
But I
guy
know
is
the
driving
feeling.
The lunar
Like,
lander around like he's, Tom Cruise and Maverick. Ducking asteroids, doing this, doing that. I'm like, man, that thing don't even steer like that, bro. Stop. It's not a Corvette in space, man.
they're drifting.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Gets
It
the
was like,
nos.
come on, man.
Orbits around the moon a few times.
No, Chad, it's not an okay movie. It's a terrible movie. I mean, the acting was good, sure. Yeah, no, I mean, it was fine. If you're referring to the one I'm talking about, now you may be talking about something else. I do like Tubi. I watch a lot of Tubi movies. They're free and it's cool. I've got, I don't know, 8, 9 free services I use. Plex is another one if you don't have that. That's a really good one that's free. Yeah, you have a lot of good movies on there too. All right, let's talk about something different here. When was the last time, I know for you it's been a while, Rich, that you had a little downtime all to yourself? A new survey suggests most of us don't get enough of that.
What are you talking about?
Right? What is that? Alone.
For real, I'm asking. What do you mean?
Most people say they're willing to go to extremes to get this time. Turns out some would spend, allegedly, a small fortune to rest and recharge. So according to this poll of 2,000 adults, the average American would pay $2,500 for one day of peace and quiet. I'm just going to call bullshit.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, would you pay $2,500 for peace and quiet? Anyway, raise your hand if today, if you could have tomorrow completely to yourself, nobody bug you, you'd pay $2,500 for it.
Yeah, no.
I mean, go ahead. I mean, raise your hand. I'll wait. I'm looking. Yeah, no, I don't see anybody raising their hand up there, bro. How much would you pay to have a day to yourself, full peace and quiet? No disrespect to kids, no kids, nobody bugging you, no job, no nothing. Just do whatever the hell you want. What would you pay for that?
You say that, and there's a part of me that hears all that and goes, I don't know that I would ever pay for that. Like, at this point, I've become so used to not having that if I did, it would be so weird that I'd be like, "What's going on? I need to, I need to talk to somebody."
I'm the
like,
loneliest man in the world,
right? Like nobody wants to talk to me today. What? Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, maybe if I had to put a price on it, $100.
Okay.
I'd say $100 for a day of peace and quiet.
Chad said, "I'll pocket the $2,500, go to the woods and hang out by myself."
Right.
Yeah, you could do that. Hunters get lots of time on their own, I guess. I wonder sometimes what they do with all that time out there. You know what I mean? Crunchy socks. But the thing is, I don't even know what that means. It says the thing is, the average person only gets 9.5 hours a month solely to themselves.
Yeah, okay.
The biggest thing standing in the way: work, family commitment,
Right.
financial constraints, and social obligations. 13% admit they feel guilty when they have free time. Yeah. I don't feel necessarily guilty about it. Sometimes I do feel like I'll stop and think, man, I could be. And then I'm like, no, you've been being. Why don't you just sit down for a minute? It's all right, More than a third confess they've lied to friends or family or even their significant other to get time to themselves. Yeah, I mean, I was going to come over and have lunch, but I'm kind of feeling sick today. I mean, who hadn't pulled that one before?
Hey, you
right?
just did that to me last week.
Did I?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, no, I was legit. Thank you, man. That's great. That was good. I'm not feeling well is the most common lie told, 54%, followed by I have a lot of work to do, followed by I have a headache and I have an appointment. To have just a lazy morning to themselves, parents, it says, would pay $325. No, they're broke. Parents are broke. They wouldn't pay that. They would pay it if they had it. They don't have it.
They do pay that. It's called daycare.
Daycare, yeah. That's
for real.
That's a lot more.
That is, dude, yeah.
That's a hell of a lot more than $325. How much is daycare now for just regular standard school type? If you drop your kid off at the daycare, pick them up after school. What's that run a week?
The last recent time that I checked, which was probably about 2-3 months ago.
Yeah.
Was going to be $240 a week. A week.
Okay. Well, that's less than I expected. Actually, I mean, that's still a lot of money.
Yeah.
But that's $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
But that sounds pretty affordable. Relatively.
Yeah.
Relatively. I don't know. Is it?
I mean, not to me. But...
240.
All right, you got to think right off the bat. You said
bucks, $50 a day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's less than $10 an hour.
I mean, I understand that, but that's also all right. So look, you say that exactly. That's $10 an hour. So after paying daycare, then
Right.
I'm only making $8 an hour,
Right.
and then I still got to pay taxes out of that.
Yeah.
And all the man, it
No,
can be a lot quick.
No, it is. Jay says $900 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's right in line with what you were saying.
Yeah.
No, it is a damn lot of money. I mean, it certainly is, for sure. I mean, a lot of people, you have to gamble. If you have 2 or 3 kids at the same time,
Right.
you probably have to go, which makes more financial sense for me to work or
Right.
not to work?
Oh, absolutely.
Because once you factor in the kids in daycare, then you factor in your gas, then you factor in your lunches,
Oh, yeah.
and all that it takes to go to work.
You're basically just
You
working to
may-
pay for them.
Well,
Yeah.
you may be paying more to show up at work than you would to stay home.
Absolutely.
I've seen that before.
I have too. You are absolutely right. But yeah.
All right. Hey, if you live in Saline County, this is big news for you. Longtime owners of Dell's Donuts announced yesterday they're looking to sell the business.
Oh.
Yeah, Dell and Peggy Ashley. Yeah, it's actually Dell. Opened Dell's Donuts in 1978. Their son, Joel Dell, took over in 2002. He worked there since 1983. That's a long time making donuts.
Man.
Joe doesn't want to get up and
And make the
make
donuts.
donuts anymore. No, I mean, look, he's like, do you know how early I get up? Yes, I do. And it's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, no, he's tired of getting up early. He announced on social media they want to retire, but they noted what most locals know. It's not just a business. So we're offering a rare opportunity to own a thriving, iconic donut shop that's been a local favorite for generations, not just a business, a literal cornerstone of the neighborhood, known for a loyal customer base, time-tested recipes, and nostalgic charm. And that's all true. Their donuts are fire. They've been there a very, very long time, and they are very rooted in the community. So
Right.
whoever, it concerns me for who gets it after. Because, man, these people have put their heart and soul into it.
Got some big shoes to fill.
Yeah. But he's like, no, I'm tired. I'm ready to stop. 1983 is a long time to make donuts. I wonder if he even still likes donuts.
And probably like, I never want to see another donut in my life.
I mean, look, Captain D's, I only had to work there about 4 months to never want seafood again in my
Yeah.
life. That's all it took. 4 months, it ruined it for me. It's hard to imagine that happening with donuts, but it could if you've been there since 1983.
I mean, if they get the right buyer, I think they can,
Yeah.
If it's somebody that understands the history of the place and, honors the recipes and everything.
I think Little Doggy should buy it and operate it. Yeah.
There you go.
What do you think, Little Doggy? You should do it.
Could have a printing donut shop all in one. He could print the donuts.
He could. No. No. No.
Punch the clock, it's Friday. We getting together tonight. Hit the liquor store, dispensary, gonna get our heads right. A little chill in the air, bonfire and plenty of wood. Laura let down her hair. No, it's about to get good. Got a bonfire in the backyard. Oh, yeah, chugging and chiefing. Passing bottles and blunts, getting deep into the evening. Everybody staying all the way to the end. Tell your mama and your cousin and all of your friends. Got the whiskey, some decent wine, and oh yeah, tequila. Tonight it's money well spent, but the morning may kill ya. Every time one goes empty, here comes another keg. It's only 9 and Billy just fired up another hog leg. Got a bonfire in the backyard. Oh yeah, chugging and chiefing. Passing bottles and blunts, getting deep into rock this backyard party. We made it to the weekend. It's all Blizzies and Bacardi. Got a bonfire in the backyard. Oh yeah, chugging and chiefing. We're passing bottles and blunts, getting deep into the evening. Everybody's staying all the way to the end. Tell your mama and your cousin and all of your friends. Y'all come on and bring a little something with you. Underneath Underneath the neon lights, we weave our way through the night. Cotton candy clouds above a carnival of love. Oh, what a sight. You laugh as the bumper cars crash, a twist of fate in every dash. You ain't no turkey leg girl, you're a sweet surprise. Let's make it last. So I'm giving you half a hot dog, sharing smiles and dreams that a week long. You're the melody stuck in my head, all the moments we've said with everybody feels so right. Sweet girl under the moonlight, just you and me, let's laugh and play. Here's my heart on this fun-filled day. Roller coaster screams, we scream along. Your joy's a spark, it feels so strong. We dance through the crowd, spinning round and round to our own little song. You said the funnel cakes are great, but it's half a hot dog I celebrate. With ketchup dreams and mustard schemes, we toast to life and all its gleams. So I'm giving you half a hot dog, sharing smiles and dreams that we log. You're the melody stuck in my head, all the moments we've said with everybody feels so right. Sweet girl under the moonlight, just you and me, let's laugh and play. Here's my heart on this fun-filled day. The Ferris wheel spins like time on our side. With each gentle sway, it's you as my guide. So let's make a wish on the stars high above and seal it all tight with this half of a hot dog. So I'm giving you half a hot dog, sharing smiles and dreams that we log. You're the melody stuck in my head, all the moments we've said with everybody feels so right. Sweet girl under the moonlight, just you and me, let's laugh and play. Here's my heart on this fun-filled day. If you come.
No, sir. We're not.
He's ready to host again, man.
Yeah, no, he's got the songs teed up, man. Got the songs teed up.
Hey, though, good job to him for real, though, on running that day. No, we didn't. Neither one of us.
Oh, the day I was sick, and
Yeah.
I messaged you and Gunner, and I thought that Gunner would inform Brandon. He did not.
Yeah.
And so Brandon just showed up as normal and said, "Well, I'll just I'll play all the songs we have and just chat," And I thought, man, what a great idea! Actually,
It was. I mean,
Probably
good
a fun
thinking.
idea. It's probably real random, but interesting. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, that's a diverse collection of stuff. That's for sure. Good, bad, or indifferent.
So,
Yeah.
you know, how did your morning start off good today? Are you
Yeah,
ready, man?
no, it is a good morning.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know your normal morning routine, but
yeah,
you know,
no, it's been a very good morning actually. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it started off really good. I got a good night's sleep. I woke up feeling pretty refreshed. Had a delightful, very small breakfast that was enjoyable.
Yeah. Okay.
And this show has been pretty fun so far. I think. Yeah,
I want to be sure that you're awake and you know you're mentally here 100%. So yeah.
I smell some bullshit. So what's going on here?
Well, this is I came across this. It's 40 big moments from the world, and it says take this quiz to see how much you remember. And so these are supposed to be like kind of general like history questions, like you'd be asked in school or something.
Oh, okay.
You know?
So this is supposed to be like a school age history type. And you want to give me a little test?
Yeah, I was going to test your knowledge and see how, because I was looking through it, man, and there was some questions that I was like, dude, I don't even know how to pronounce some of these things, let alone answer them.
You know, history was not my greatest suit, but I'll play ball with you. Yeah, let's go. What do you start? Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
So when did the Berlin Wall fall?
Well, what are my options?
It says 1979, 1985, 1989, or 1991.
Well, it was when Reagan was in office because he said which wall?
What was it? The Berlin Wall.
Yeah. I remember him saying to tear that wall down. So the options were it wasn't 79, 85.
85?
Yeah.
Okay. You are incorrect.
Really? Was it 89?
It was 89.
Was it really?
1989.
Let me think about that. Wow. That's. I was certain. Maybe I'm thinking about a different wall.
I mean, you were close.
Okay. I told you history wasn't my strong suit. Go ahead.
Hey, you know.
Hey, look, they all had it. They were like 89, 89. Hey, it's great. Y'all play along.
This again, yeah, please, because this is one of them that I was like, I don't even know how to pronounce that. So
Okay.
forgive me if I, ruin these. But
Okay.
again, GED here.
I understand.
Which empire was ruled by Mansa Musa? M-U-S-A?
Oh, I've never heard of
No,
it either.
okay, we're going to skip that one.
Okay.
It said Byzantine Empire, Roman
Byzantine.
Empire. Yeah, see? Told you. Yeah.
All right.
Was the Mali Empire.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Mali?
I guess. That's what it says.
They
The
made
Mali.
it fun.
M-A-L-I.
It's a fun empire.
Right. Let's see here.
You were born in 89. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Get out of here. Okay, go ahead to the next one.
This one got me. It said, which civilization built, I'm guessing it's Machu Picchu or something?
Oh, Machu Picchu?
Is that how it's
Yeah,
pronounced?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
They gave the options. See, I read that and I was like, isn't that Pokemon? I mean, yeah. Aztec, Maya, Olmec, or Inca? Inca.
Machu Picchu, was it Aztec or Mayan? I'm going to go Mayan.
Gonna go
It's
Mayan?
probably Aztec.
Final answer?
Yes.
No, it was the Inca.
Inca. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, see, I told you guys.
You're not, this is apparently, do you remember these questions in school?
I remember
I know it's been
some
a
of
minute.
the
It's
subject
probably back in
matter.
the stone tablet days.
Yeah,
you know,
no, we
chisel.
were. I did use a chisel on a stone tablet. Yes. Yeah.
All right, here, we'll go with an easy one for you. True or false?
Okay.
Is it true or false that Julius Caesar was the first emperor of Rome?
False.
Okay. Let's find out here. Because I don't know.
Yeah, I think there were Caesars before him.
Yeah, you are correct. The first Roman emperor was his adopted heir, Augustus.
Okay.
So.
Oh, okay. So it was after him. He became the first. Okay.
Right. What year did World War I begin? Was it 1912, 1914, 1918, or 1920?
World War One. 1914.
1914?
Yes.
I want to see if any common answers are going to come in because I saw Vorpal was answering there. What year did World War I begin? 1912, 1914, 1918, or 1920? What do y'all think? I know we got to give it a few seconds. All right, 14s. Yeah, it was 1914,
Okay.
man.
So I finally got one.
You got
Yeah.
one. You got one. What major event happened in France in 1789? Was it the French Revolution, the Napoleonic Wars, the Reign of Terror, or the Concordat of 1801?
I'm going to go with the French Revolution.
Okay.
That's close to our time, 1776. So
Yeah.
it's got to be.
What major event happened in France in 1789? French Revolution, the Napoleonic Wars, Reign of Terror.
Napoleonic, yeah.
Napoleonic, yeah, I said it wrong. I told you, man, I'm horrible
It's
with
all right.
pronouncing
It's
words.
all right.
It's all good. We'll see what they say. Now it's all just quiet, man. I feel like we need the lights from, what was that old show? Yeah.
Let me do this.
Some- yeah.
Let's do this.
There you go.
We'll throw a little music under.
That was, you were correct. You said the French Revolution. Yep.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Let's see. Let's scroll through because, man, these are long here. Let's see.
That's all right. Yeah.
Let's go down.
Just find the ones that you like.
Right. All right, here's another one. True or false? Is it true or false that the Great Fire of London happened in 1666? True or false that the Great Fire of London happened in 1666?
I don't know the answer, so I'm just thinking through the way the question's asked to make my determination.
I mean, we can give you a phone a friend.
I assume that that the reason they position it that way is the 666 in it,
Right.
tied to fire. I'm gonna say.
That's good thinking. Process. Yeah.
Well, I mean, otherwise, I don't know why the question would be asked that way. So I'm gonna say no.
No? False?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see. They're all saying true.
Yeah, it probably is true.
Yeah, the people are right on this one. The
Okay,
fire
it's true.
started in a
Yeah.
bakery on Pudding Lane in
Yeah.
1666.
And that, yeah, okay.
It destroyed much of the medieval city of London.
Okay.
So
Medieval London, even.
medieval. Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, I minimized the thing.
No, that's all right.
Which U.S. president issued the Emancipation Proclamation?
Abraham Lincoln.
All right, I didn't even have to give you the answers on
Yeah.
that one. You are correct,
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln.
If
Absolutely.
you don't know that, something's wrong.
So what are we? Are you keeping score? That's what, like 2
No,
now?
it's like 2 or 3.
Two,
Yeah,
okay.
it's terrible. My score's terrible right now.
The Rosetta Stone helps scholars understand which ancient writing system?
The Rosetta Stone, isn't that
Rosetta Stone.
isn't that a language learning app?
I thought so. Yeah, that's what I thought. Learn Spanish and French with
Yeah,
Rosetta.
yeah.
5 easy payments of $19.99.
All right. So what did it help them do? What now?
It helps scholars understand which ancient
Okay.
writing system.
All right.
Was it?
Oh, is it?
That's the end of the game, folks.
No.
I don't even know how to pronounce that first one. Hopefully that's not the answer. Cuneiform, cuneiform, whatever.
cuneiform.
Cuneiform, Linear B, Sanskrit, or Egyptian hieroglyphics. The Rosetta Stone helps scholars understand which ancient writing system. Sanskrit is what Vorpal says.
Man. Rosetta Stone. Cuneiform.
Okay,
Probably not the answer. It probably is Sanskrit.
we'll see. Egyptian hieroglyphics.
You know, I wouldn't have thought hieroglyphics. That's interesting,
Yeah.
though. I would not have thought it was hieroglyphics with Rosetta Stone.
It
but
says that the Rosetta...
I guess the name Stone should be a clue. I probably should have thought of that.
It
yeah.
said the Rosetta Stone featured the same text in 3 scripts, including hieroglyphics, allowing for their decipherment.
That's cool.
That's how-
That is cool, actually.
Right.
And now you know why the app's named Rosetta Stone or whatever, right?
There you go. Is it true or false that the 100 Years' War lasted exactly 100 years?
It did not.
It didn't?
No.
You're confident. in that.
Yeah, I feel pretty confident about
All
it.
right. You are correct. It lasted 116 years.
Yeah.
So, there you go. Good job
It's
so
just
far,
like
man.
when my
You're not
wife
bad.
says, I'll be ready in an hour. I know better. I know better.
What empire was ruled by Genghis Khan?
Mongolian.
Man, all right. We're getting into some easy ones here. Now you're waking up.
Well, maybe, yeah, okay. Just the ones I remember now, you know.
What major event triggered the start of World War II? Was it the German invasion of Poland, the attack on Pearl Harbor, the bombing of London, or Hitler's rise to power?
Well, the question is, started it for whom?
It doesn't
Just
say.
the
It
very
says,
beginning
what
of it?
major event triggered the start of World War II?
The German invasion of Poland.
Okay. What do y'all think? Oh, they're on the list. So I forget there's the There's the delay there. What major event triggered the start of World War II? You say the German invasion of Poland. I always thought it wasn't that? I mean, World War II was Hitler and everything, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm wrong. Anyways, Pearl Harbor, Poland. You are correct. The German invasion of Poland.
Yeah, you could say Pearl Harbor, but that started it for us. That was our involvement in World War II. We had stayed on the sidelines for the most part until then.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah.
I'm going to give him a minute here to catch up, and I know there's a little doggy, if he's in here. I feel like he should, if you don't know, he should be your phone a friend on that.
Okay. Oh, okay. He's going to be the one that could help me on this question.
We'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
Is it true or false that the invention of the movable printing press is credited to Johannes Gutenberg?
You know, that sounds right.
Yeah?
It does. I do wish I could ask Mike, but I'm trying to think of what the name of the unit, the brand that he has is. It's a Heidelberg. I'm going to say
I thought that was a big blimp.
Yeah, I think it's also a guy that makes meth. I don't know. I'm going to say it's not. I'm going to say no.
Okay. You're going to say
I'm probably
false?
wrong. I'm going to say false, but I'm probably wrong.
You are incorrect.
Yeah, so it was, in fact.
It was, movable type. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. Gutenberg invented the movable type
Steve
printing press
Gutenberg.
around 1440.
You knew him from 80s movies, but he also.
Let's see here. All right, here we go. Let's go back a little bit.
Okay.
Who was the first man to step on the moon? Do you need the options? Yuri Gagarin, Buzz Aldrin, John Glenn, or Neil Armstrong? Who was the first man to step on the moon?
I should know this.
You are right.
I'm
on the last
embarrassed
one,
already.
tactical.
Yuri. Who else?
Yuri Gagarin, Buzz Aldrin, John Glenn, or Neil Armstrong?
Buzz Aldrin.
Okay. For $500,000. Okay. You are incorrect.
Yeah, so was it Neil Armstrong?
It was.
Yeah, I didn't. I knew he said it, but I wasn't sure if Buzz was already out the door and he was just trying to showboat.
And yet, still a conspiracy theory.
You're right. Still, did we even go?
All right. Apparently not, because if we did, we would have found out there was aliens living on it.
That's
and
right.
It was a hollow.
That's right. It was hollowed out, and it's an alien vessel.
It was the next Death Star.
Yeah, that's correct. That's what it was. Yeah.
Is it true or false that the Cold War included direct battles between the U.S. and the Soviet Union?
No.
No?
No.
All right. You are correct. It was a period of political tension
Yeah,
with the U.S. and
just
USSR.
tension. No actual fighting.
Just man, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, that was that race of that nuclear race time.
In what year did the Titanic sink?
Yeah.
1910, 12, 14, or 16?
Wow. 1910, 1912.
I should remember that like it was just yesterday.
16. Man, I just want to lean on 14 because we did it earlier. I'm going to say 1912.
1912? You are correct.
Bing.
So are you, Vorpal. Good job, man.
All right, good.
So yeah, man. It's let's see. Let's do a couple more, I guess. Which treaty ended World War I?
Mm-hmm.
Treaty of Ghent, Treaty of Paris, Treaty of I don't even know, Tordesillas, or Treaty of Versailles.
Versailles.
See?
Yeah. I'm going to go with Treaty of Versailles.
All right.
I'm sure it's wrong.
No, you are correct.
Okay, it was the only treaty I remembered out of that
Signed in
group.
1919. Yep. Jeez, this computer, I'm telling you sometimes. Who discovered penicillin? Was it Louis Pasteur, Alexander Fleming, Jonas Salk, or Marie Curie?
Penicillin, right?
Yeah.
Jonas Salk.
Okay. You're confident? Nope. Alexander Fleming.
Yeah.
In 1928 at St.
I know
Mary's
Louis
Hospital.
Pasteur invented the pasteurization process for milk.
Oh, okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
Yeah, I knew that, but I couldn't remember on penicillin.
All right, let's see. The Viking Age began around which century?
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is normal. Apparently, just normal, regular high school,
Sure it is.
history.
Sure it
questions.
is. Sure it is. Yeah, no, it certainly is.
Was it the 5th century, 6th, 8th, or 10th?
I'm glad. I was about to say, I don't know, the 14th, 5th, 6th,
8th or 10th?
5th.
5th century?
Yeah,
Nope, it was the 8th century.
yeah.
Lasted until the mid 11th century.
Okay. Vikings were badasses.
Yeah, man.
They were
Absolutely.
pretty brutal.
Have you ever watched that show Vikings? Or anything
No,
like
somebody
that? It's pretty
was
good.
trying to get me to watch it the other day, but I have not watched it.
All right, $1 million question. We'll
Okay.
leave you with this one.
All right, sounds good.
True or false? Is it true or false that the Renaissance began in France?
Yeah, no, that's true.
That's true?
Yeah.
100%. Lock it in. You are wrong.
Where did it begin? England?
Sorry, man, you lost $1 million.
Where did it begin?
It says it began in Florence, Italy during the 14th century
Oh, that does
and
make
later
sense.
spread
That
across
does
Europe.
make sense.
Yeah.
Even though it's a French word, it makes sense. Yeah.
Well, thanks for playing
No,
Patrick and the People Who
this is
Doesn't
what I
Want to
get.
Be a Millionaire.
Yeah, no, I sucked at it real bad.
I mean, hey, you
Yeah.
knew more than me. I got a perfect
No,
zero
that
on
was
that.
terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible. That's embarrassing.
I don't remember
It's been
any
a
of
while
that.
since like I said, history was never my strongest suit. I mean, it's just, you just memorize those dates and then you forget them.
Right? You never think about them
You
again.
forget them after that. I mean, I probably know a lot of random ass things, but when you get the question that matters, I don't know it.
Oh, dang.
What?
All right, so first off, what's up, Keith Edwin Sr.? Keith Edwin Dodson Sr., he's a big fan of wrestling. And
Okay,
on
what's
the
up, Keith?
independent
What's up?
Scene. But he was in on Facebook listening, and I didn't see his comments because on the Patrick and the People, anyways, doesn't matter.
Okay.
But, dude, he was firing them off, and he's like right on every single one with a
he's
little
one of those
history
guys.
lesson behind
Yeah,
it, man.
this guy is a Jeopardy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, he
see,
says-
that's the category that's going to do me in on Jeopardy. Is the history category.
He said Louis XIV and Marie Antoinette was executed. That's what started the French Revolution.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let them eat cake, right?
Anyways, yeah, there was your morning quiz for this
Okay.
morning, man.
Okay. No, that
Not bad.
was
There you go.
yeah, that was embarrassing, humiliating. It makes me feel real dumb. I'll
He
tell
said,
you that.
Keith said, you did okay.
No, I didn't really. I mean, I made it sound better than
Hey.
it was, honestly.
You did better than me and my...
Brandon said, "What year was the USS Arkansas built?" I have no idea.
Yeah.
The USS Arkansas, that's the submarine, 1976, man. I'll throw that. I don't know. Who is putting dad jokes in there? Vorpal, settle down on the dad jokes. I'm going to send you to a different podcast for those. Just for those. Not everything else can be fine, but just those. All right, let's pick up. I did have a couple other things that I did want to talk about, and I think food is something we all can get down with and talk about. And sauce. What's your favorite? Do you have a dipping sauce of choice?
Oh,
man?
ranch, of course.
That is probably.
I know it's like the vanilla of dipping sauces, but,
it's
dude,
the
it
most
goes with
popular.
everything.
It does for a lot of people, yes. Yeah. Are you a sauce person? Some people are really into it. I'm one of those some.
Yeah.
I find 79% of people do consider themselves sauce lovers. 78%, so seriously, it has the power to make or break a meal. That's certainly true for my wife. If she doesn't have ranch, it could be a big problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we have to plan. We have to plan ahead. Let's see. So they polled 2,000 Americans. 2/3 of respondents have chosen a meal specifically to have the sauce they were craving. Yeah, I can see that. You might be craving Alfredo sauce or barbecue or
yeah.
whatever
I mean,
it could
yeah.
be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. According to those surveyed, sauce always belongs on some foods like French fries, chicken nuggets, and hot dogs. So would you eat any of those, fries, nuggets, or hot dog without a sauce?
I can't think so. I mean, they got to be some really good fries, but
Yeah, probably. Maybe McDonald's fresh out.
yeah,
I would do that.
yeah.
I don't like to taint them. But otherwise, yeah, you have to have sauce. Yeah.
I don't know, man, a hot dog with
No, a dry dog like that? No, that's no bueno.
Ugh.
No, you got to get. Never mind. Just spit on that thing. Just spit on that thing. Right, never mind.
Yeah, don't bring that girl back.
They're hot to a girl. There are even
Say her name.
There are even foods people flat out won't eat without sauce: chicken wings, cheeseburgers, and tacos. Do you have to have
Man,
sauce?
what are they counting as a sauce on a cheeseburger?
I guess ketchup and mustard.
I was going
or
to say,
mayonnaise.
would that be considered a
Yeah,
sauce?
of course it is. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
condiment. It's a sauce.
I
yeah.
mean, okay, I got it then. I'm
Yeah.
behind that. I can hop on board.
While other foods are thought of as just a vehicle to eat sauce, like fries, nuggets, and wings. Yeah, no, it's what you. Yeah, no, I
normal.
guess so. Yeah, the top choice for wings is what?
Ranch.
Yeah, followed by barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce is my favorite. By
Yeah.
the way. Yeah, barbecue sauce goes on most of the things I eat.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite brand of barbecue sauce, or
No.
you just barbecue
No,
sauce? in general?
I do. I change them out nonstop. Because
Yeah.
I like almost all barbecue sauces. Whether it's a brown sugar base, whether it's a vinegar base, whether it's a mustard base.
Oh, you just blew my mind there. I didn't
Yeah.
even know there was it's barbecue sauce, man.
Yeah, no, I know, right?
He's got the science of it
No,
down
man,
over.
I sometimes I will make my own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marinara is the most popular choice for mozzarella sticks, but some like them with ranch or ketchup. Do you feel a type of way if you see somebody put ketchup on a steak?
Oh, why would you do that?
Right, that is the correct.
I've never seen it, but why?
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
Why would you? Oh,
Matter of fact, if
look,
it's-
I've always been told if the steak is cooked right,
you
don't
put
need
nothing.
anything.
Don't put anything on it.
Right.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's prepared properly, and it's not old, then yeah, you don't by any means need to put anything on it. Let's see what else we've got here.
Hey, speaking about that too, I
What?
sent it to you yesterday.
Yeah.
But we had them on the show. They just recently had that Spa City Steak Cook-Off over the weekend.
Oh yeah, Chef Dampier, Michael Dampier. Right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, he did. They did well, I understand.
yeah, I was trying to look it up here.
Okay.
Because he had sent a message. Let me see if I can find it, and I'll get back to it.
Okay, that's fine. The average person has 8 different kinds of sauce in their fridge right now. Would you say that's the right number?
The average person?
Let's say, do you have 8 in your fridge? 8 different sauces, counting your condiments, all of them.
Different sauces.
So ketchup, mustard,
Right,
mayo
that's
is
why I'm
3.
trying to think. I've got, so ketchup, mustard, ranch, of course, is in there.
Okay,
Would you count,
mayo?
mayo. Yeah, I got some mayo in the fridge.
No,
Would you count
relish?
pickle relish? No?
No.
Okay.
Not a sauce.
So not a sauce. So that'd be about it.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I bet I've got double that number. I probably have 8 different barbecue sauces in there right now.
In my house I have different, because there's steak sauce and,
Well, that's a
Worcestershire
sauce.
sauce.
Those are sauces,
But
man.
those don't go in the fridge. Those are,
Worcestershire's
for
good
cooking.
stuff.
Yeah.
I like Worcestershire sauce.
We can actually say it the right way.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, no, it is.
Overall, 61% of people call themselves sauce people. They're also more likely to be type A personalities and adventure seekers.
Oh, so this is what
Those-
it's all getting into.
Those who like their food sauceless, well, they're serial killers. No, they're type B personalities. They're less impulsive. Those are the skinny people. Yeah, it's the people like me that drown things in sauce.
Right.
Sometimes I'll eat something and I go, do I even give a shit about the food, or should I just be guzzling the barbecue sauce?
Yeah, man,
or just shots of
next time forget the food,
Masterpiece. Yeah, just
Just
a little
grab
shot
the
of
jar and a
bullseye.
little spoon and yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Some foods are made to go with certain sauces, like fries and ketchup. I just don't use ketchup. Americans confess to some weird combos, like Worcestershire on macaroni, pita bread with honey mustard and ranch in ramen noodles.
Okay. You know what? That's
Pita bread with honey mustard and ranch in ramen noodles.
we call those being high.
Yeah.
That's
exactly what
some
that is.
stuff that you would come up
Yeah,
with
that's
and be
what
like,
you're
"This is delicious."
Yeah, and
no,
then-
you're just high, and that's feeding your munchie craze.
No, do you ever have something when you were a kid that you thought was delicious and you go back and have as an adult as an adult.
All right,
and you
over
go,
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I just had a mini stroke. And you go, man, this is terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. Dude, there's so many comments. Most of them involve cereal of some sort.
Okay. My mom used to make this thing called a turkey roast.
Okay.
And it's like a Geno brand, which should be your first clue. And it comes in something that's shaped kind of like a meatloaf as far as it's rectangular, and it's like a loaf of meat.
Yeah.
Instead of anyway, I when I was a kid, it seemed really good to me. Now, that may be because my mom was not a great cook. Okay, but I had it probably 10 years ago. I said, I'm going to get that. I hadn't seen it in years.
Right.
I took one bite and I said, I'm ordering food. This is terrible. I apologize to everyone at the table right now for this. This is an atrocity that should never have been here. It was terrible, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But is there something that is there a poor person food? And I say that tongue in cheek. But
like
something,
the go-to struggle meal.
Yeah, that you dug as a kid that you still are into now.
Man, I was trying to think because there is, and it's just been so long since I really made a good comfort, home a poor meal like you were mentioning. But
Yeah.
Man, see, we used to, and I can't do it now. I don't know. I'm guessing it's because of that, but used to be the breakfast for dinner meals.
Oh yeah.
That was kind of our, okay, when there's nothing else to cook for dinner, hey, you can make breakfast. We've got
breakfast
eggs.
for dinner was always one of my favorites.
Yeah, no, man, I cannot do it anymore.
No.
As soon as someone oh, hey, come over, we're gonna have breakfast for dinner, and I'm like, no, I'm kind of sick.
No, you're out on that.
Yeah. That's the quickest way to get me to not show up.
When you were a kid, and did you ever go over stay the night at a friend's house?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. So, what's the one food that you go over to a friend's house and you hope they're not making because it's not going to be the way you like it?
Probably meatloaf.
Meatloaf would be a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
Mine's spaghetti.
Okay.
Because, man, a lot of people put a lot of stuff in spaghetti you don't want.
I'll give you on spaghetti on that.
Yeah,
too,
I mean, I've shown up, there's onions and peppers, and
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this stuff doing here? It's supposed to be meat, sauce, and noodles, bitch. What are you doing here?
Sugar. I knew somebody that put sugar
yeah,
in spaghetti
yeah,
one
people
time,
do
and
that.
I had a bite of it, and I was like, yeah, man, that's delicious.
that's
I'm just,
great, yeah.
I had a big lunch. I'm not full. Yeah.
Oatmeal, he said.
Oatmeal.
How do you mess that up, bro? How do you mess up oatmeal? I even like lumpy oatmeal. I mean, it's hard to mess oatmeal up.
Yeah.
But yeah.
shit
Oh,
on a
maybe that's
shingle,
his.
yeah.
Maybe he's saying that's his go-to.
Oh,
poor
it's
person.
right. So
meal.
oatmeal,
Yeah.
yeah.
I could see that.
He said, Brandon said sauerkraut and wheat. I'm actually, I'm a fan of a sausage and sauerkraut dinner or whatever. No.
I don't like
I'm
sauerkraut.
making that for dinner later on this week.
Yeah.
My kid Jax loves it. Yeah.
I just don't love sauerkraut. But, I might try it again.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. For me, if it doesn't make the smell test, I can't eat it.
Yeah.
Asparagus being one of those things. I just can't. It smells so damn bad. It's like crawfish. I'm not ever coming to your crawfish bowl. I'm never coming to your house if you're serving crawfish. I will leave. I will get up and leave.
I used to be haunted by crawfish.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What?
So,
Why?
when I was younger, this was, I had to be 16. What was it? Back when Hurricane Katrina hit.
Okay.
All right. So I had a job as a telephone survey researcher. I was the person that, I'd call you up on your phone in the middle of you eating dinner and,
Yeah.
hey, we'd like to ask you some questions. So we had gotten contracted out by the Red Cross to call and talk to people in the area that Katrina had hit about, how recovery efforts were going, what they needed, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward, I ended up calling this lady in New Orleans, and we had, our questions, blah, 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 and she agreed to take the survey. So I asked my first question, and first thing she's like, "Oh, I don't want to answer that question. But let me tell you something. They just need to knock down every building in this bowl. Just tear it all down, fill it up with water and crawfish. Just be done with this town." She went on about crawfish for like 5 minutes.
Really?
And it was the type of job where we had to like try and coax people into
Right.
it. So, oh, I understand. Well, that's why we're doing this survey, to let
Yeah.
Red Cross know what you think they should do.
Yeah. So next question is
Right, yeah. So would you like to continue? Yeah, okay. Okay, next question, blah, blah. Oh, I don't want to answer that. But let me tell you what they ought to do. This went on for 10 to 15 minutes.
Wow.
And I couldn't, like, get this lady to just say no. Like, every time I
So
probed.
she'd keep letting you go, but she'd
She'd-
never answer the question.
Yeah, and I'm like, I have to honor, because again, this is, they
She'd
listen
done
to
this
our
before.
calls as quality.
Yeah.
And, that's what determines your raises if you keep a job. Yeah, so this went on for like 45 minutes. And finally, I called my supervisor over. I sent him a message on the computer, and I was like, look, this lady has had me on the phone for 40. I tell him everything that's going on. I said, can I just code, because we had a code. I said, can I just code her is insane, and that'll pull her number out of the system.
Was that a code you could put?
That was a code, yeah. We could code
Insane.
people like that they were just mentally incompetent
Okay.
to take the
Gotcha.
survey.
Yeah.
And,
It
and
didn't
he was
really
like,
say insane.
okay, sure.
It did?
Yeah,
That's
yeah, nah,
amazing.
dude. Yeah.
That's amazing.
There was so many notes on calls, like, because it just populated a number and you could put it like,
That's great.
this person asked me if I was hung like a horse,
Oh,
It was,
wow,
we
yeah.
had tons of fun with the guy.
Yeah, see, it was that way when I was doing telemarketing.
So this call
Yeah.
got forwarded to the quality team. The quality person heard it, who I was kind of friends with. We liked each other. She was cool. We used to joke and laugh. Anyways, so she took the call, forwarded it to all the members of management in the company of, hey, look at Rich and how much like commitment he put towards it. The next day I walked into work, I had a stack of crawfish recipes on my desk.
Oh my God.
In emails with like, hey, did you know with all that crawfish
That's
you talked in
hilarious.
New Orleans, New Orleans, yeah.
So they tormented you with
Oh,
it.
dude, yeah, that call haunted me forever.
I also had a quality control situation one time. I worked for Heritage at the time, and at this time I was just a telemarketer there in the office. And I was calling for, I think it was called the Vanished Children's Alliance, something like that, And so I'm talking to this lady, and I'm making this pitch about, helping the Vanished Children's Alliance to recover missing children, right? And I'm just such an asshole at that age. I'm just such a smart ass at that age. And I couldn't control myself as well as I would like to think I could have, And
I feel what you're saying.
yeah, and she says, well, I only give locally, And I'm like, no, I certainly appreciate that. Most people that I speak with have a lot of local causes they give to, as you are aware, when it comes to human trafficking, kidnapping, things like that, that it often will cross state lines. And so, it's more of a national
That's a good
situation than a local situation.
Right.
So, do you think maybe you could, maybe even help with a small amount?
Right, right.
And she said, I only give locally. What part of that do you not understand? And I should have just said thank you. But what I said was, well, that would make sense if they took all the abducted kids to Piggly Wiggly. But they don't. They take them out of the state to other places and sometimes out of the country. Would you like to help? QA did not find that humorous in any possible way at all. I got suspended for like 3 days, and they were even madder because I had like a record number of collections come in on those 3 days. So even though I was suspended, I got like this massive check for that for my age. And I was like, man, suspend me more. This is great shit right here, man. Yeah.
Oh man,
Man, I spent so much time telemarketing. I mean, I spent over a decade doing it, man.
If you haven't done it at least once, you gotta in some form just to understand.
Look, sales.
But on the flip side, like I'm on the opposite end. I'm back on the side because I've been out of it so long. And when they call me up, I'm like, either mess with them or
Sales is not for everybody, but
it's not.
But some sales, even if you didn't want to do, you probably could. But there are some sales that just, man, you ain't built for. And telemarketing is one. If you
It's
can't,
a tough gig.
man, you have to be able to just eat rejection for
Oh,
hours
yeah.
and hours and hours. And that's the number one reason people don't like it, is because they get no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And processing that for a lot of people is they can't.
Oh,
do it.
dude, that's why I had to. Eventually, I had to stop of course, just because one, I grew up and wanted a different job, but two, like, there was nothing fun when I was going to work at the survey research company where I was
yeah.
I get to go to work today. It was pretty much, okay, I'm going to go get yelled at for 8 hours and make some money.
Yeah.
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 That's it.
I learned early on with telemarketing, and it's this way actually across the board with anything you sell, but particularly it's easy to evaluate in telemarketing, which is that there's a law of averages. There's a number.
Right.
You know, and once you know that number, then you can go, okay, so I can get for sure 1 out of 10.
Right.
All right, now I got to up my game and get to 2 out of 10. Because once you have a baseline, you can figure it from there. But the numbers don't lie in sales. I mean, once you know what the law of averages is on it, you know, you can make it
Fair
work.
enough. Fair enough.
The other one and I think this is the most difficult one is direct sales, which is where you go knock on people's doors.
Oh, yeah.
Because they hate you, they don't want
yeah.
you there. You're there to sell them something they probably don't need.
You're stressing them out as of
Yeah,
yesterday when we
yeah.
were talking about that. Remember, an unexpected knock at the door being a major stressor?
Right.
Now they've got to go, get their emotional support horse.
That's correct. They need their emotional support horse. People, that they don't like it when you come to the door. And I managed when I was at Comcast for 5 years. I was over all of direct sales for Arkansas, and so my entire team was out knocking doors. I mean, that's what they did,
Right.
And I had to keep them motivated all the time, man. And that's you got to be a special kind of person to grit that out.
Yeah.
Not only are you now getting high levels of rejection, now you have to do it in the heat, in the cold, and face to face. Now you don't just hear it. Now they look at you.
Except you don't now. You don't have to do it face to face. I can be sitting on my couch inside my nice air-conditioned living room with my Ring doorbell and just go away.
That is true. Yeah. That is true. Vorpal said he sold vacuum cleaners door to door. Yeah,
that was the one thing I
that's a
stayed
tough
away
one.
from. And
That's a tough one.
I almost got suckered into that so many times because I'd see a job interview and they'd be like, oh, yeah, come on in, you meet all the qualifications. And you'd show up and there'd be 50 chairs set up.
Yeah.
And then they'd come out and do a demonstration. About 5 minutes in, I was like, yep, have a good one.
Yeah, people start peeling out. But the three fools who
Rainbow,
stay.
yeah.
Yeah, no. Everybody wants to buy a $1,200 vacuum.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I knew a guy who sold meat door to door.
I mean, that's not a bad. I mean,
You just like people show up selling you meat? You trust it?
Did y'all have Schwann's down here?
Yeah.
You remember the old Schwann's,
Yeah, of
man?
course.
I used to love that thing.
No, I mean, it is when you order it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Well,
But if you just randomly show up.
And knock on the door. Yeah, I guess I'll probably be a little quick.
That's what that guy did.
Yeah. That's
And
that's
did
how he
for
got
a
it. Yeah,
long
man.
time. A long time. And I'm like, that's one I couldn't do that one.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of different sales, but that's one I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that.
My great grandpa on my mom's side was a what they called a trunk salesman.
Oh,
He just always had little gadgets and and stuff in his
Yeah.
trunk, and he'd pull up
Oh,
somewhere,
okay.
and here, step right up. We got whatever you need right
okay.
here. And,
Yeah, that's interesting.
yeah.
Tyler has one of those people at work. I'm not kidding you, man. He came home the other day with something. I was like, where did you get that? He goes, oh, this lady at work, she's got practically got a store in the car. And I was like, she's got clothes? Yeah, man,
Yeah.
she's got everything. I was like, what the kind of world is this, man? What's he say?
Omaha Steaks, yeah.
Omaha Steaks.
yeah.
That's not who he worked for. Yeah, little doggy said Reuben. That's the guy's name, Reuben. Made a killing in Alaska. But man, what a walk between doors.
Man, speaking about food and meat sales and everything, I did
Yeah.
want to point out because, and I had mentioned earlier, but I did find the message. So, Michael Dampier had reached out to me yesterday, and he wanted to pass a thank you to us and others that helped him put on the Spa City
Yeah.
Steak Cook-Off. But he did say the cook-off event They had a great turnout. They were able to pay the bills from obviously putting it on and everything
Yeah.
and come out the hole that they needed. And they were able to donate in addition to all that, they were able to donate $3,000 to the missions trip to help feed the kids
That's
and help in the
amazing.
Dominican Republic.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, man. He said over 80 cooks showed up from around the USA to compete, plus 12 kids. So
That's awesome.
Man, yeah.
Man, good for you, Chef. Good for you. And yes, absolutely. Thank you to everybody that listens and watches and went out there and took part in that, because it's such a great cause and a lot of fun.
Right,
I mean, a lot of fun to go to that. So that's great. Let's do a spot, and we're going to be back in just a minute, okay?
Have you been injured? You need an attorney with a passion for people and an obsession with justice. That attorney is Tim Reed in Little Rock. Look, they've won $1.3 million in wrongful death, almost $1 million in medical malpractice and in insurance dispute. These guys know what they're doing, but more importantly, he's not a figurehead of some kind. He's not just some person on a poster with a picture of a rig or a smile or his dog with him. This is a real guy you can text with, you can talk to, and who will take good care of you. He'll work with you personally to get what you deserve. Check out reedfirm.com, reedfirm.com, or give him a call, 777-7333.
You know, a lot of times you might not hear cool and attorney in the same line, but when I'm talking about Riggin Law, you will, because Kristen Riggin and her crew are just cool people. You know, going to an attorney can be intimidating, and you feel like you're being talked down to. They're talking in legalese, and it's scary. Not with Kristen. She's going to break it down to you just like I would, sit there and talk to you, kind of work it out and figure it out in the fair and right way. Doesn't matter if it's divorce or custody or if it's elder law. They do a lot of stuff to help out with, you know, court situations where you may have a family member who's died and you've got something going into probate. Man, you don't want to argue with your siblings over that. Don't put yourself in that position. That's what Riggin Law does. They'll help you work through the probate and all of that. If you've got a custody issue, even a criminal issue, it doesn't matter. Kristen can help you. And man, they are an amazing group of people. You can give them a call, 249-1289. It's 249-1289. Or just go to rigginlaw.com and tell Kristen we sent you. All right, here we are. Yeah. So
back it up to the sauce story. Keith Edwin, he's commented on Facebook.
Oh, yeah?
He said he's put ketchup on green beans.
forward that to the FBI. No, he's a serial killer. Something's wrong there.
Yeah, I can't.
Also, Marcia, whom I love dearly. Marcia, just an amazing
What's
lady.
up, Marcia?
Her and Eddie are both awesome. But Marcia said, I do love a door-to-door tamale lady. Marcia, is that code? What is a tamale lady? You just really had random people showing up slinging tamales at your house?
You've never seen those? You know, I mean, I've seen them on the side of the road, I guess.
I mean, I've seen vendors who have food.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
but
Well,
I've never seen someone knock on my door and go, "Hey, I got hot fresh tamales." bro."
right.
Like, I'd be like, "What?"
Would you buy one?
I don't know. I don't know that I would. I just, it's random as hell to me.
Yeah.
Where does the tamale lady come? I don't even understand that. Maybe it's I'm
from
telling you, this
Tamaleville,
could be
man.
code. This could be. Is the tamale lady? She's bringing something else. You know what I mean?
Food-wise,
Yeah.
I mean, of course, we have candy bars, cookies, all the normal stuff. But we've talked steaks, tamales. What is your first thought if somebody just randomly knocks on your door and says, "Hey, man, I've got insert food item here for sale. I've got steaks. I can make you the best sandwich. I can give you, I got hot tamales ready to go, man."
If somebody just shows up at my door
With, their Domino's pizza bag that they bought or stole off of their last delivery driver. I don't know.
what would I say yes to?
Yeah, I mean, what are you kind of like, okay, yeah, let me buy that.
I mean, I always like the
Or
ice
is it-
cream truck.
Yeah.
How about that? Okay, Marcia, that makes sense. She said when I worked at the water department, she would come with them. Yes. Now that makes sense because she's going to a workplace where people, yes. But if she just knocked on your door, I'd be like, what?
Right.
That seems odd. If I never had a tamale lady come through the neighborhood. Now, the Girl Scout cookie lady, or
Yeah.
the Jehovah's Witnesses, They
Yeah.
would always come through. The vacuum salespeople.
I always invite them in.
The cleaner people. You always have somebody with a super cleaner of some kind. They'd come by.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
You let
yeah.
the Jehovah Witnesses
Oh,
in?
yeah, man.
Yeah?
Yeah. Always. That's an old joke. And I just pull it on them every time.
What?
Well, they knock on the door and say, "Have you found Jesus?" I'm like, "No, but come help me look for him."
Oh, that's
Be
funny.
like, "Look under the bed."
My mom used
Oh,
to
can
like
you
to
hand
have
me that over there?
My mom used to like to have long-winded conversations with them on the porch,
Yeah.
discussing their philosophical views of Christianity. And I was like, Mom, you don't have to talk to them, right?
And-
You can just come in and watch your soap opera and let them go.
Yeah. Just
Just
say, "No,
sit,
not
you know.
interested." Yeah.
No, it's great.
I did talk to him one time. It was actually over a series, like 3 weeks or whatever. But I was like, "All right, you know what? I'm gonna hear y'all out. Let's see what you got."
Yeah.
And they
Hey,
gave me the
Crystal.
book, and they invited me to their church, and then they were talking about ancestors and being related to Joseph
Right.
Smith, and I was like, "Y'all have a good one. Thank you. Appreciate it. I've seen all I need to see."
Yeah, the Mormons. The Mormons. They're interesting too. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So she said, so it's not code when she visits; it's a sign from God. See, when the tamale lady comes, Jesus sent her. Yeah, those are good tamales right there, Marcia. Those are good tamales. And I tell you what, that's a good place to end the show, man.
With tamales?
Yeah, with tamales. Why not end on
Have a
tamales?
tamale today.
Yeah, something like that. Listen, thank you guys. Can't thank you enough. Please keep spreading the word. You guys are doing such an amazing job. And don't forget to like us and follow us on YouTube. It's a big help. And otherwise, have a hell of a day. And we will see you tomorrow.
Later, everybody.
Late.